public comment. First on here we have Bobby Bailey.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Doing great.
All I am requesting today from y'all is I've been in my position for about 27 years. Been doing elections for over 25. And since I have been in this job, the poll workers have gotten the same amount of money for every election. My inspectors get $125 and my workers get $100. And this is for basically a 14-hour day, and it's a very difficult day. I know we have a lot of pre-election work, but election day cannot happen without these workers. I compared worker pay to Madison County, who Madison County pays their inspectors $200 and their workers $150. Morgan County pays their inspectors $175 and their workers $150. Now, these are reimbursable costs. The state will reimburse inspectors at $125 and workers at $100. So basically, I'm requesting we increase our worker pay $50 and the county would absorb that cost. That's what Madison County does and Morgan County does. There's going to still be reimbursed the $125 and the $100, along with other election costs that we do get reimbursed. So what I am asking for the county is to take on $50 more per worker per election.
I guess we'll have to put this on the next commission meeting. Is that be fine? Because it's not on this one, is it? We could add it, but I mean, it'd be better just, you're talking about retroactive back to, and I saw that.
I would like to send out a check to the ones that worked June 21st for $50, and then starting with May 24th, and then starting with the June 21st, start adding it in.
Well, I mean, you do the math on it. That's just $8.90 for one and $7.14 an hour for the other one. I mean, you can.
They work hard, and like I said, we do a lot of pre-election work, but election day cannot happen without these people who work the polls.
One of the things I've noticed is most of the older polling people are passing on, and you're having trouble getting younger people to do it.
We are, and I've started giving mileage to those because I've had to ask some workers to drive 30 miles to the western precincts because I don't have anybody to work out there. So I've got workers from Madison, East Limestone area driving all the way to Good Springs and areas like that because I don't have any people volunteering to work, and we gotta have them.
All right.
That's my request.
Anybody have any questions for Bobby?
No, I know that it was about 4 years ago that we finally increased it to $100. So even up to 4 years ago, it was way less. It was like $5 and something an hour.
Right, and last year, or the 2020.
That's a gallon of gas now.
With the COVID, the state bumped it up just for that cycle to pay them extra money. But I would like them to have it every time we have an election.
I don't have an issue with it. Like I said,
I don't either.
I don't know.
We can put it on the next commission meeting and make it retroactive back to that date.
All right, thank
You
you.
know,
Thank you.
I would like to compliment y'all. I haven't heard one negative comment about our polling and
Thank you.
people
It's a county
getting in to
effort.
vote.
I mean,
If Joe Biden calls me, I may recommend y'all to take it over nationally.
I don't want to do that. Thank you, though.
For $7.18 an hour.
Exactly.
Well, thank you. We work hard, but it's a county effort. I mean, it's Limestone County
Yeah.
election, so I appreciate it.
And like I said, I want to commend y'all. Like I said, we hadn't heard one complaint. Only complaints we heard was about some of the people having to change from drive to, and it seemed like every one of them had to drive to Elkton Road Baptist Church. I don't know what it was about Elkton Road Baptist Church, but I got several complaints, about having to, they voted at East Limestone or somewhere over that way all this time, and rec
Mine
center.
was a pension center. They all had always voted they could see Tanner Baptist Church, and now they had to drive into town. I said, well, there's got to be a boundary. And that 31 is probably the boundary, and you can wave at your neighbor across the road, and he votes in a different place than you do. It's just got to be a boundary somewhere, so.
It's your boundary.
Yep, that's it.
One side is one side and one side is something.
Yep.
And just on a quick question, did we ever hear anything about our new election place out at the county line off Lamb of God, or is it no more movement on that?
Right now, we've exhausted all of our requests to Mayor Finley and the Madison City Board of Education. They refused to let us into James Clemens. We do have a Catholic church that once they build their primary sanctuary, they have a building that they will let us use that will be perfect to split it. But, so we're hoping by 2024, we'll have that new precinct, but they're building hundreds and hundreds of houses. So by the time we get that one, we may need a third one. And I don't know the pastor at Lamb of God about getting to his limit to where he may just totally refuse, cut us off.
Yep.
Because it's getting, if the weather's bad, they park in his grass, they rut up the yards, and it's just horrible. It's almost 8,000 people in that one precinct, and we have nowhere to go.
Well, like I said,
I mean, the only thing I know to do is, and we would have to check, is change some beat lines to try to get some people into another beat district, but there's just not many
well, if we move
places.
from one place to the next, the way it's growing out there,
Yeah.
it just overload one of the other places, so I mean,
So, or stop building houses.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Probably not gonna happen.
Well, Bobby, we'll get this on the next commission meeting, and
All right,
thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Bobby. And thank you for all you do. Ellen, do we have anybody else?
Stuart Gatlin.
Stuart, if you don't mind, step up here, please, sir. How you doing this morning, Stuart?
Good, y'all.
Doing good.
Good. We come this morning requesting that, which some of us have done talk about the Hillsborough deal, the reimbursement for the fuel and the expense, the added expense for going down there when the dump had burnt down. And then request that the rates of garbage be somewhat stepped up due to the rising cost of fuel. I mean, everything we deal with has quadrupled at least in the last 6 months. Diesel went from $1.50 a gallon a year and a half ago to, I bought it yesterday at $5.04 a gallon. 1,800 gallons, about a week and a half worth running was about $2,400. Now it's $10,000. Just is one of the few things. Oil, tires, hydraulic fluid. It's doubled per bucket. 55-gallon drum of oil has doubled. A recap's gone from $100 to $180. Everything that we deal with has tripled or quadrupled due to the rising cost of oil that we're all well aware of. And I think that we can bump it up to help offset some of these costs.
What about
There-
legality? I know
There's
y'all
a
have already.
provision in the
That's why I wanna make sure.
contract, and I got Drew. We'll get Drew to look at it. There is a provision in there, and that you can make an adjustment for fuel cost or something to that effect. I read the contract the other day when they had come to me about it, and I told them just come to the commission meeting, and because when the dump burnt down, and first I want to thank y'all for working with us, and I know we had
Yes.
a little transfer there for a few days, but everybody got it, but they had to go. I told them just keep up with their cost and their mileage and present it to us. I said, because it's not y'all's fault what happened, and so I told them to bring us a bill. And then on that, when they was talking about that, I said, we read the contract, and there is a provision in there. I'll get with Drew on it, and we'll go from there and figure out where we can go. Do y'all got any kind of an idea what y'all got a percentage of what y'all think it's costing more? It's hard to. I know right now is uncharted times. I know that.
You don't know what the cap is. As far as the fuel prices, this. We checked around, just like this lady did, Morgan, Madison. We're the cheapest by $5 or $6 per stop. You know, Madison's around $16, $17 per stop for 196 gallon cart. We're picking up 2 of them for $10 and change, you know, per stop. You know, so we're picking up more for a lot less money.
Well, is there a way that, Drew, that can regulate it where it's looked at, since we're in this time, like every quarter, since we do the contract is a year, can we do it where it's like every 4 months we look at the average cost per gallon of diesel?
There might be a way under the contract currently.
Yeah, that's what I haven't looked at it at all, but I know this,
Contract.
and that would be that, so for the next 4 months, you know, if you need it, boom. If it goes back down to 357, boom, we readjust it that
There is,
second quarter. And then, you know, it's just like as the market fluctuates, so will that. I don't know, it's just an idea.
I know there is a contract in there to where it can be, a clause in there to where it can be looked at. 'Cause I know a year or so ago, there was a clause in there to where we had, you know, Emily hadn't kept up, you know, we had got with it, and we actually owed them a little more than gave them a
Okay.
back pay on like a few months there. So, yeah, just,
Yeah, I think when
you got us a cost on what it costs to go down there and everything, a bill.
I do.
If you can just get that to us, and we'll look at this, and I appreciate you coming in. I understand your pain, because, I mean, we're dealing with the same thing ourselves. I mean, you know, fuel cost and everything, you know, county works just the same, so.
Well, I can tell you this too, you know, we always talk about servants to the community and that kind of stuff, and police officers and firemen and EMTs and all that, but I got news for you. Go 3 weeks without your garbage getting picked up and see where they land on that totem pole. So I appreciate it. I know it's a service that we're paying y'all to do, but I don't see anybody else knocking down that door wanting to pick it up.
You know, one of the things.
So I really appreciate it.
And we pick it up for considerably less than the price of a Starbucks cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
One of these T-bombs everybody's drinking now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for
That's the-
$2.50 a week, y'all
I'm not
are
sure-
going to every house, you know,
That's-
that's basically what it boils down
That's
to.
probably the best value in government for the consumer.
Most likely. And we don't have to maintain the trucks. We don't have to hire employees. I mean, I appreciate it. Because there's some places that they have problems getting them to pick it up, getting them to actually do the job, you know.
And I mean, I don't see how you, I mean, I'll be honest with you, $2.50 a week, I don't really see how you, I mean, most people, you know, that's the minimumest thing you probably pay at your house.
Yep.
I mean, you know,
Yes.
we'll look at it, we'll get down through that, and y'all just kind of, and
Where do
just,
you want these turned in?
just give them to me and I can hand them there. So y'all got all of the costs there for when we went to the dump.
That's the summary for what the payroll costs, and on the
Okay.
back's the fuel.
All right, well, good deal. So, that's what I'm saying, you know, for a week's worth, that's not bad at all, so good deal. Yeah, we'll get that took care of, and we'll get with you on that other, and we'll read that contract with Drew to go over it, and we'll go from there. Thank y'all, and we appreciate y'all's service.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
We appreciate the service y'all provide. Ellen, do we have any more?
We do not.
Thank you. Well, let's go on to what we got on the meeting today. First on here, we'll have for the minutes of May 16th, 2022. Anybody gonna have any discussion with the minutes? All right, then we got claims in the amount of $2,587,689.23. Anybody got any discussion with that? All right, resolutions and orders will approve a resolution to provide all funds necessary to the employees' retirement system to cover the cost of a one-time lump sum payment provided in Section 2, Act 229 as regular session in the 2022 legislation for those eligible retirees and beneficiaries of the deceased retirees of the Limestone County Commission. And this is something every time the legislation done it, we have done it. Y'all got any discussion with it? All right, no discussion with it. We'll move on. Next thing on the contract agreements and grants, we have approve a contract retroactive to April the 1st, 2022 through March the 31st of 2023 between TARCOG and the Limestone County Commission to maintain the existing insurance and benefit consulting program known as State Health Insurance Program, which is known as SHIP in the council and agent world. Any discussion with that? All right, then we have a couple budget revisions on here. The first one will be for the retiree thing that we were just under the resolution order, and the second one on here for $9,500 is for Parks and Recs, and that is for parts to rebuild the dock down at Calfort, the floating part out at the end. So I know we've worked long and hard to get that done, but they have finally got us one made up, so. Any discussion with either budget revision? All right, we have no emergency purchases, board appointments. First on here, this is 3 board appointees. It'd be to approve to reappoint Henry Pollux, Jerry Adams, and Jeff Hodges to the E911 board with a term ending 8th of June of 2026. Does anybody got any discussion or issues with any one of the 3 on the board members? All right, and I want to thank Brandon and that board out there. They do a great job out there at 911. So. And then the second one on here will be to appoint Terry Richardson to the Alabama Mountain Lakes Tourist Association. This membership will replace Michelle Williamson, so this Terry has already done a lot of work with Alabama Mountain Lakes, and I reached out to her and asked her would she be willing to fill up that spot on there, and she was more than happy to do it. So and I know Terry does a great job with all of the stuff she does, so I know she'll represent us well. Any discussion with her? All right, we have no award of bids, personnel action. First on here will be to approve to remove the 2 career tech grade 1 positions and add 2 part-time facilities and grounds maintenance workers, grade 8, which is this all called our new pay scale, maintenance and facility ground staff plan. Does anybody have any discussion with that? All right, and number 2 will be to approve the job descriptions for the temporary part-time facilities and grounds maintenance workers. And what this is down at Calfort, we've been looking for a part-time position down there forever to help Janie mow the grass and stuff. And there's been a person that's interested in that, so we're just changing that around to where they can have the person down there to help her. All right, number 3 will be to appoint, to approve, to promote Cameron Wright for the engineering operator 2 to the striping equipment operator 3 in the engineering department effective June the 27th of 2022. Anybody got any discussion with him? All right, next one on here be to approve to transfer Justin Romine from equipment operator 3 in District 4 to the striping crew equipment operator 3 in the engineering department effective June 27th, 2022. Well, I'm looking forward to getting this program going. I know we have an awful lot of headache getting striping done, so I think it'll be a good service. Anybody got any discussion with Justin? All right, if nobody has any issues with number 5 through 8, I'll just take all of them in one motion. We'll get to the commission meeting because they're all for the same position. It'll be to approve to hire Susan Jacobs, Susan Mandel, Lanita Smith, and Johnny Stevens as part-time van drivers for the Limestone County Council on Aging. Anybody got any discussion with any one of the 4? And anybody got any problem taking them all up in one motion?
Nope.
Save time. All right, and then merit increases. We have a few names listed here below. Does anybody have any issue with anybody on the merit increase? All right, no problems there. Moving on to the engineer, Mr. Massey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have three subdivisions for your consideration today. Green Cove subdivision, this is a replat of Arts Corner, lots 7 through 11. This is going to be for a major subdivision, so this is preliminary, creating 22 new lots in District 2, approximately 725 feet north of Highway 72 east side of Cambridge Lane. And then Falwell subdivision, this is a minor for preliminary and final, creating one new lot in District 2 north of Nick Davis Road, west of Mooresville Road. And Spitzer subdivision, minor for preliminary and final, creating one new lot in District 2 at 26389 Big Branch Lane.
All right. Anybody got any discussion with any one of the subdivisions that Mr. Massey presented to us? Anybody got anything else for Mark? Have you got anything else, Mark?
Oh, I do. I really do.
Okay.
The pipe, how long does it take the pipe for us to get the ones that we're ordering, the metal? Is that a
metal pipe.
backup now? Or?
No, they make it on order. So I think that they told us we were looking at like 6 weeks.
So I ordered last week, so we're looking at about 5 to 6 weeks.
So,
It's gonna push my paving.
yeah,
We'll have to go to somebody else
We did
and then
talk
come
about
back to
that.
me.
We'll
That's
be able
fine.
to work it out. We'll be able to work it through it. But yeah, we did talk.
As long as it's not LaDon, I'm okay. You can send them
You
to
can send them
everybody.
anywhere but to District 4, okay.
It's okay, because they're still in my district.
Okay, but yeah, we're probably 5 to 6 weeks out from
Okay.
having the materials
That's
you need
good.
to do that work. I think as of today, all of our trucks will be in Montgomery at the auction, and we will pick up our new trucks.
Good.
So, so I think that will finally be over with about 4 months late, but it's finally happened. So,
I'm just glad we didn't sell on the first go. We'd have been in a pickle.
yeah.
Yeah.
One thing, I'm talking about pipe right quick, and Mark can probably bounce on this more than I can. Me and him had a meeting with Joey Nunley the other day, and he was talking about the gray pipe down in Baldwin County. They had used a lot of that real thick, heavy duty, it's the solid, and he was saying that they'd had real good success out of that, and we were going to look into that.
There are possibly locations. It's one of those things that it'll float, and that which has been one of my biggest concerns with any plastic pipe. And
I've seen it pop up and do that.
and so this is stiffer. It might reduce some of that, but it may be worth us trying a test location to see how it does. But I do think that it's. I've still got some concerns about it, but it's. We're with the place we are and trying to be able to get pipe. It may be that there's a location or two that it would be beneficial. But like I said, what we are ordering currently is the heaviest gauge you can get for each metal pipe. Plus, we're getting it aluminized.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're saying these are 99-year pipes. I mean, I don't know that. I don't know that I believe that, but that's what they're telling us. So.
I promise you I'm not going to be here to let you know if it makes it 99 years or not.
Yeah, so anyway, but I mean, if we can get 30 or 40 years out of it,
I'll be lucky to be here that
it'll
long.
be there for the life of the road before we resurface the road. So,
Well, I'll be lucky to be here that long.
but anyway, there are other technologies and options out there, but I do get concerned about the plastic just because of in the past I've seen it float out of the ground.
I have too.
I'm concerned with all of it. I wish we could use concrete.
I know.
Yes.
I wish we could come up with some
And
concrete.
it'll burn and melt.
That's
That's the
what-
other,
That's the
so
other
there's two.
Yep.
But anyhow, anything else, Mark?
That's all that I've got.
Anybody have anything else for Mark?
Do not.
Nobody else got nothing to scold him on. All right. Okie doke. Well, and moving on here, under other business, we have the last thing would be to approve the insolvation errors and taxes and litigation for 2021 as presented by the Revenue Commission Office. We do this every year, so that's just a formal thing. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, moving on, let's get to public hearing, report of officers. Commissioner Sammett.
I don't have anything at this time, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Commissioner Barksdale.
I don't.
Commissioner Blight.
Yes, I do. And after I say what I'm going to say, the two of them are going to want to say the exact same thing. First meeting I've ever been in, I think I've been in as a county commissioner, that Michelle Williamson wasn't sitting over there kind of helping out,
Yeah.
keep everything in control. She'll be very, very missed. I know the ladies at work will really miss her. I know that we will, and good luck to her with her new job. So this is a little bit different. So thank you. That's it.
All righty. Commissioner Townsend.
I don't have anything.
All right. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming today. Thank Stuart and the CCS Garbage and Steve for coming in. I know that they do a great service, and I know we'll get a call every once in a while, but when they pick up as many houses as they do and you get 1 or 2 calls a month, that's a good return right there. So
Yep.
thank them for all they do, and thank Bobby, and I know she still went on for the elections, and thank everybody for being here, and we will recess until 10 a.m. right here.